Some interesting bipartisan sentiment developing in Congress. Remember, we told you we're not going to let this story drop. Senator Richard Burr's stock sales of like $1.6 million after learning of privileged information in a briefing and shorting essentially the stock market. Now, Matt Gaetz, Republican Matt Gaetz, put out this tweet. Quote, Katie Hill gets run out of Congress for screwing a campaign staffer absent any complaint. Senator Burr stays as intelligence chairman after screwing all Americans by falsely reassuring us with op-eds on COVID while he dumped his stock portfolio early. This is not fair.
Amen,
Woo.
Amen.
That is a fiery hot take there from a member of Congress. And at the same time, actually came around the exact same time that Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez co-sponsored a House bill banning members of Congress from trading stocks. I think we can all get behind that one other than members of Congress. And it's just interesting to see. I mean, people know I've highlighted here Gaetz, whenever he swore off PAC money to his campaign. There are new and developing voices on the right and the left where we can find interesting agreements.
Yeah.
And one of them is anti-corporatism and anti-politicians using their access in order to get rich. And again, we haven't had the independent investigation. I don't know what Senator Burr's explanation is. He claims he was trading off of public information. And you know what? I don't actually disbelieve him, but the question is, why are you not?
I disbelieve him. But.
Well, why are you not? Even if it's true,
yeah.
Why are you publicly putting your money or privately putting your money where your mouth is one thing,
right?
And then also telling people that everything is going to be fine.
On the one
hand, that's the unconscionable part.
So yes. Yeah. Just to recall, he's telling the public via Fox News op-ed that we're prepared and we got this under control and it's all amazing. And then he's telling his donor well-connected buddies that it's going to be bad.
And then sell stock.
He's selling his stock. AOC's move, by the way, Gaetz has long been AOC curious.
Yes,
so
that's true.
We've seen that a lot.
He once said, I think he wants to be the AOC of the right.
Of the right. Yeah. We should also say, caveat here, I mean, Gaetz was not taking this seriously either. He wore, remember, the mask on the floor and was making a mockery of the whole thing right up until he himself had to be quarantined while on the plane with the President of the United States. So he's a new convert, but as far as we know, he wasn't selling any stock or telling the public one thing and doing something else privately. But I appreciate his sentiment here. AOC and Sherrod Brown and Merkley and others who are saying, why do members of Congress buy and sell stock at all is so needed and so appropriate. And you can see why during this time, because it's not only Richard Burr who's been trading and selling stocks during this time. It's Dianne Feinstein. It's Kelly Loeffler. There's quite a number of senators and members of Congress who fall into this boat. Some of them were probably trading on non-public information. Some of them weren't. How do you know?
Yeah,
right? It all creates a perception of a conflict of interest, a reality of a conflict of interest that is completely unacceptable. We ask our servicemen and women to sacrifice so much. Like, for these people to call themselves public servants, is it really so much to ask that you can't have this stock portfolio that is a direct conflict with your interest in serving your constituents in the American public? I don't think.
And notice the bill isn't. AOC's not like you can't own stock and be a member of Congress. You just can't sell any stock. It's like, okay, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
And again,
whatever you have, you just hold it.
Yeah, just hold it. I mean, you can still be a multimillionaire and enter into Congress. And one of the things that has been missing from a lot of this, like on Kelly Loeffler, who Doug Collins is challenging her in Georgia, and I think this is going to do a lot for his campaign. But she's worth $500 million and married to the head of the New York Stock Exchange. She was informed by her financial advisors on February 16th that they were shorting the market. And in March, Tucker Carlson played a clip of her in early March saying to her face that she went out and said everything's going to be fine. President Trump has got this under control. So which is it? Why is it that you've been personally informed that your stock has been sold by your financial advisors because they anticipate an economic downturn, and you are going out there and publicly saying the same thing again? Again, we can all look at this and just be like, that's wrong. It's wrong. Because this guy makes $1.6 million or however much money he made on this stock while you can't pay your bills. That's what gets me. That's what gets me.
That's exactly right. Do you think that we will see more sort of explicit cooperation between these anti-corporate, small but mighty anti-corporate factions, the Republican and Democratic parties?
As they continue to grow, I can't help but
we need them now during this crisis.
Yeah. We do. I mean, we need them. We need you now more than ever. Now is the time to put all this stuff aside. And look, if AOC and Matt Gaetz can agree on Richard Burr and about selling stock as members of Congress, more power. Let's go. I mean, these are the types of things where we actually should be working together. And it's like we've always said on the show, is that people fetishize bipartisan cooperation when really it means bipartisan corporate cooperation.
That's it.
So maybe it's time for bipartisan populist cooperation in order to balance that out.
Now is the time, guys. Get it together. We would love to see it. We would love to see it. All right, we'll have more Rising for you after this.